Welcome back to another episode from the channel. So today I was actually going through my hard drive and looking at different footage I've had that I haven't edited, and I was looking at some footage I took from last year during kayak season offshore, and today I went out with the Above the Hook crew and two of my buddies out of Montana de Oro, California, and it was a pretty exciting day to say the least. So let's check out the footage and watch it together, and I'll comment on some things. Alright, so here we go. Pretty peaceful out there that morning, high fog, and we could really communicate with each other and stay close. Paddled, put my guess probably quarter to half mile out. Not the best stretch of distance, but we were a good track out there, especially when me and my buddies were rowing and everyone else was pedaling their Hobie pedal drives. Had to keep up and not get to the back of the group, but we hung in there and got out there to the fishing spots. It shows you just how far out we were when there's people in their center console fishing boats just blowing right through your fishing spot and not saying anything. They barely see you. At one point we were actually about 100, maybe 120 yards from a charter fishing boat that me and my buddies frequently go out on, and we're able to see and talk to the captain. So we were able to mark that waypoint. They were definitely catching fish, and it was a good time. Primarily on this day, I was experimenting with a bunch of different Shimano flatfall jigs, and I was actually catching a very wide variety of species of rockfish, and I believe a kelp greenling in this one video, in this clip at least. And I found that the flatfall jig, especially in that blue mackerel color, was producing well that day. After that, catching these various small fish, I decided to throw on a 9-inch swim bait made by Madame Lures and just go for it all and start jigging that swim bait and doing slow retrieves on the bottom, trying not to get hung up under the rocks. Using that technique, I was mainly targeting lingcod, hoping for a big ling. Granted that my PB ling right now is only about 26 inches, not very big at all. I was hoping to get something much larger than that. Still looking to break that here in 2019. At this time in the video, I had my 9-inch swim bait on, and I was just reeling it, hopping it off the bottom, and I thought I got hung up. Firm rock. Sometimes, especially being a new kayak fisherman like I am, due to the waves and the swells, sometimes when I'm hung on the bottom, I believe I'm getting a bite. When my whole kayak is rising and it's just pulling on my rod and you're firmly secured to the bottom, you think you have a bite. When you actually don't, you're just snagged on rock. One of my friends laughed at me, thought I'd snagged bottom, and then it shook its head and it pulled drag on a Daiwa Alexa 300. It's pretty interesting. Let's see what I got. Yeah, so this cabezon just ate about a 9-inch swim bait. Look at that. Giant. He's been eating for sure. And to my surprise, I caught a giant cabezon. Ate a 9-inch swim bait, which is this dark purple with a light purple tail on a massive, like, 6-ounce jig head. Incredible fight. I mean, not as good as a lingcod, but just so heavy. It was bending my iRod, which is an extra heavy action rod. It's like fishing with a broomstick. It was bent pretty well, and I was able to horse that fish in. It was just an awesome opportunity to get out there and catch a fish of such a caliber. That's still my biggest saltwater fish I've caught, and I hope to break that this year with maybe a big leopard shark, a lingcod, or another cabezon. Really not picky at all. Hopefully we can catch something bigger this year. And at this point in time, my buddy TJ He looked out over his shoulder and believed he saw a pectoral fin protruding from the water, and I didn't see it, but everyone knows that if you see a fin in the water, you think one of those guys. Biggin. Giant. Bigger than my boat. And this was before I'd actually seen a great white in person, and I was still scared of him. I still wanted to see him though, I was kind of curious. So let's see what happens.
It didn't seem to come out of the water that much. It's just barely peeking, isn't it? I still want to know what it is. Was it sticking out more than that? That's all? So it could be like a piece of kelp. When I thought I saw it from far away, it looked a lot taller. Well, I'm trying to get a good look at it, but that doesn't look like a fin anymore. You just freaked me out though.
At this moment in time, we completely wrote off the notion that it was a shark and just assumed my buddy TJ was seeing things, like a piece of bull kelp sticking up out of the surf, through a roller, just going up and down, just floating there. Well, then this happened. Alright, did you catch that? Yeah. Sea lion was coming right at me, kept coming up, breathing for air, gasping. Very strange. Never seen a seal swim like that. Didn't think anything of it, thought it was neat, so I recorded it. Little did I know we were loading up the kayaks, and I was scrolling on my phone on our local news on Facebook. A sea lion had washed up on Montandero Beach with a big chunk missing from it, and then was later taken to Monterey Bay Aquarium to be rehabilitated. It had been a shark bite. I don't think TJ's so crazy after all. There's probably a shark out there with us. I'm just lucky it didn't eat my cabbie. See, we made it back to the beach and met up with the rest of the group again. Most people are catching some red rockfish, some blue rockfish, and a few lingcod here and there, all fairly small. But we're hoping to go out again sometime and get some bigger fish. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Maybe I'll go out with the Above the Hook guys again one day. Leave a comment down below what you guys like to see next if you like this kind of video. I'll be happy to do it again. Have a good day and keep looking for that perfect cast.